Alright guys, hello. Today, welcome to an interesting video. My face isn't here, but my voice is. And I will explain all of this right after the sponsor because I gotta pay for his child support. You know how it is. Sponsor Tuonto here, and today's sponsor, thanks to them, LDShop. They are a top-up platform website where you can top up for your favorite games like Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact in this case. And if you need a top up, you can go to LDShop. It's very easy, very simple, very quick. It's also all starting at discounted prices as well, especially the Welkin Moon, for example, at 15% off. Now, all you have to do is add in your UID, log in, make sure everything is correct, all the account and information, and it will arrive very fast in your account. Users that register with my link will start at 15% off, plus another 5% off with my link. So check the link in the description if you're interested, and good luck polling, because I know you might need it. Now, to start off this video, it's a message from a viewer. They go, "So I realized that I might have toxic productivity." Maybe. Ever since 10th grade, I start to feel a small guilt of me playing video games instead of doing the assignment or that one group presentation, but I thought it isn't a big deal and just let it be and continue doing my own thing, which is playing with online friends. But that guilt grows, spreads through my brain like a parasite or tumor, I don't know, and it becomes worse and worse and worse even until now. Even right now, as I'm typing this, I feel extreme guilt and overwhelm due to a project about making a video of some sort, which I literally can do right now, but I can't. Something felt like forcing my hand and body to just sit in this desk and keep staring at a screen, just watching random YouTube videos instead of doing something productive, like studying for math, just in case I don't fall behind on the future materials, and physics, as well as, oh god, there's so much more. I'm gonna overwhelm myself if I mention all of them. I want to get out of this feeling. This horrible feeling. Yes, I know that rest is a good thing and I shouldn't overwork or burn out myself, but I felt like even just a small rest, I immediately fall behind, not a little bit, but a lot. Like, I don't understand shit at math at all, and like I said, assignments and projects pile up immediately. So please, if you read this, help me with what small steps do I need to take to get this insufferable thing out of my mind and make my life less stressful, and I can get to enjoy the present and live properly instead of working like a robot 24/7, chasing on assignments, having fear of being, I don't know what this word is, like my classmates that literally get to live their life like going to mall with their friends during work weekdays and still manage to catch up with the academics. Like, it genuinely makes me so confused how they manage to do that. Now, there's a lot of misspellings in this paragraph, and I can imagine you're pretty stressed. But this is a video I used to do a while back, and it's about giving advice after asking for questions and messages from you guys, the community. It's a way for us to talk together to see what's up, how are we feeling. And again, it is inspired by Jay Schlatt's video, so shout out to him, the GOAT. But I mean, first off, you write, "So I realized that I might have toxic productivity." Maybe. It's not maybe, but the way you describe it, that thing is moved into your skull. It's living in you. It's living in your head. Right? You talk about feeling guilty playing video games, you feel guilty resting, you feel guilty typing the message, you feel guilty breathing oxygen that could otherwise be used to, solve the math equations that you're talking about. And I know I'm just a 25-year-old guy who's a dropout who plays video games for a living. What do I know? Well, it's because I know what you're going through. I know it's not math. No, it's not physics. It's anxiety. No matter what age, no matter where you are, you, at some point in your life, will feel some sort of anxiety. And it could be a lot, it could be a little, it could come in waves, it could never come at all, and all of a sudden hit you all at once. There's something called false productivity anxiety, where this anxiety that lives in your head is telling you to be productive. And you might have this. I have it. It's like a fear of not being able to feel productive, but then you're too tired to do it, and it's just a cycle. But let's break it down from my perspective, right? You said that when you sit down to relax, your brain goes, hey, shouldn't you be doing that group project? Or study math or physics? Shouldn't you be preparing for the next 10 years of your life right now? Right? You've got a future ahead of you. And you don't do the project. And you don't rest. And you just start YouTube and you sit there, sitting in your guilt. It's basically the worst thing that could happen. You're doing essentially the worst thing that you could be doing. But you're not lazy. Alright? You're not lazy, and your future isn't fucked. I hesitated because I didn't want to say fuck, but fuck it. Alright? Lazy people don't write paragraphs about how stressed they are. Right? It seems like you bottled it up to a point where you're putting all this energy that you have and writing it out. That's not lazy. Right? That's not lazy at all. You're overwhelmed. And when you get overwhelmed, it doesn't go into, work mode. When you're at maximum capacity, you have no room to work, right? You freeze up. And then you just do things that give you quick, short dopamine hits, which is what? Scroll TikTok, scroll IG Reels, scroll YouTube Shorts, scroll YouTube and click on a random video that looks interesting. Those are small, super small hits of dopamine that you just fill your brain with to just get a little bit of extra just happiness out, right? Now, you're probably wondering, Jake, everything you're saying is so fucking negative. I know. I'm getting somewhere, guys. I'm getting somewhere. All right? Stay with me now. You're frozen, right? You're staring at a screen because your brain sees 20 tasks and says, cool, we're doing none of them, and I'm shutting down and I'm going to go watch YouTube. But here's the thing. That you think that if you rest even a little bit, you fall behind a lot. I'm going to say something next that might annoy you. You are not falling behind as dramatically as you think you are. We're in an age where everyone is so connected in the closest way possible, right? The internet. But we're also the most lonely we've ever been in generations. It's because we're comparing ourselves to other people. We're comparing their progress to our progress. We're saying, oh, they are so ahead in life. Whose life? Right? Whose life? Your life. You're thinking about your life. What if you switch the perspective and say, wow, they're doing so good in their life, and I'm happy for them. I want to do good in my life. There's a level of self-love you need to give yourself, right? The minute you start comparing yourself to someone else, you start to lose the love you give yourself because you're giving that other person love. You're like, oh my God, they're so good. I wish I could be them. You need to focus on yourself, right? And that starts with rest. If you rest for an hour, the world isn't going to explode. You're not going to be a drop. Okay, well, I'm not going to say dropout because I'm a dropout. You're not going to fall behind and be held back a year. It's an hour of rest. Maybe your classmates are going out to the mall and aren't unlocking some secret boss or something, or unlocking some achievement in Genshin, or fucking watching YouTube. But what they're doing isn't important. Alright? It's not about them. The first step I want you to think about is you. Right? You're thinking about all the homework, all the math, all the physics, the group projects. You're thinking about all these things. And on top of that, you're comparing yourself to someone else. That's not going to help you, right? This is the reason why you're freaking out. You've got like 50 fucking Chrome tabs and you have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Your PC's exploding. Your PC equal your brain. That shit's fucked. You're donezo. But there's a way to fix this, right? There's a way to fix this. Now, this is the part where I start saying things that make sense after all this, what it feels like maybe I'm shit talking you, but I'm not. And the reason is because I've been through the same thing, right? I'm 26, right? I've been in school. Heck, I've been in college. Heck, I dropped out because I hated it that much. And I'm really lucky to be here where I am now, where I can, talk to you guys. But here's the thing. right? Let's say you're at 100% capacity. You rest a little bit, right? Nothing bad will happen. Maybe like 10 minutes of rest. The capacity goes back to 99. What do you do with the 1% of room now that you have in your brain? You start to think about all the things you need to do. And then guess what? You're back to 100% capacity and you can't think about anything else. Don't do that. Do one task instead. Not study for math, not study for physics, not plan for the future. One task. For example, you could open the group project or write your name. Write one sentence. If you sit down with 1% of extra room and you say, I'm going to do everything now. Your brain shuts down. You say, no, I'm not. But one sentence, writing your name, it sounds silly, but it's easier. And your brain's like, oh, I can write my name down. Oh, I can fart if I need to. I can go to the bathroom and get up. Start with small tasks and start with things that are easy. Because the number one hardest thing to do is starting. And the reason why it's so hard to start is because you think you have to do 100% in one sitting, in one start. But you don't. You can just do one thing. And the best part about us humans is that we snowball and get momentum really well. And after we do one thing, we start doing another. And then it doesn't seem so bad. It's not the end of the world. Right? You're slowly building trust with yourself. And again, this is the whole theme. It's about you. You're giving love to yourself. Because right now, you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself to start something. You don't trust yourself enough to say, it's going to be okay. I can just do one thing instead of 100% of everything all at once. You need to rebuild trust with your own mind. Right now, you think every time you sit down, you're about to freaking explode and be scolded for not being perfect. Stop it. Stop. Start setting a time to start something. And then set a time to rest. What I do when I used to edit is I would edit for 3 hours straight and then take a break for 30 minutes. But I would time myself. Rest doesn't have to be a reward for finishing everything. Rest can be a reward for starting. And I think you've already done a really good job at writing out all of your, all the things you're worried about. And I'm sure that gave you a bit of relief as well. Because at the end, guess what? At the end of the day, you're not going to finish everything. Guess what? Once you finish one thing, you're going to get another assignment. So what's the point in worrying about all the things you need to do? All you have to do is just move forward. Because if you move 1 inch, that's still 1 inch forward, bro. But if you stand still, you're not going anywhere. If you keep thinking rest is only good for me if I finish everything, you're not going to ever rest. Because there's always going to be something. And that's how burnout happens. I tell myself, I'll rest when I make a better YouTube video. But then every other YouTube video, I try to make it better. And then I get burnt out. It happens, right? I'll open up a little bit between you and me. I have gotten burnt out from Genshin, believe it or not. Surprise. But it's because like a lot of the videos I made, they did really well, back in the day. And I was really happy with it. But it got to a point where it's like, it's so hard to think of something new, It's like, what do I do? But it's because I didn't let myself rest. I kept going until I hit a wall and then I broke. Think about it like this. Is it better to work 1 month straight in a row and then crash and you become depressed for 1 month and do nothing? Or is it better to work 5 days a week and rest 2 days? Obviously, you know where I'm going with this, right? 5 days a week of working and then 2 days of rest. That's more rest you get consistently. A simpler question. Would you rather wait 5 days for a rest day or 1 month? It's going to be 5 days because then the rest comes more frequently, right? And burnout doesn't make you productive. It makes you useless. And I know you also mentioned in there, just in case I don't fall behind, to study. Don't think stop studying just in case, right? Don't study just in case. That's fear, right? Study what's assigned. Study what's in front of you, not the future, right? Don't worry about the future. Worry about the now, because that's the only thing you can change. You can't change the future. You can't change the past, but you can change right now. Don't ask, how did they do that? How did your classmates do that? Right? How are they going on the mall on the weekdays? Guess what? You're seeing the best part of them. You're seeing the reward. And when the only thing you see is a reward from someone, you think, oh, that's their entire life. It's perfect. But you don't see the other parts. The part that you're going through right now. Right? It's a very courageous thing for you to share this sort of part of your life that you're going through right now. Right? You don't see their parents yelling at them. You don't see their internal struggle. Comparison's stupid because you don't have the full data set. You don't really know what's truly going on behind the scenes, right? Same with me. You only know 20% of my life. You don't really know what's going on behind. So of course it looks unfair. It also might be perfectionism. All right? When you say I don't understand math, I'm imagining you're thinking I don't understand it perfectly. Right? I'm sure you know some math. But guess what? Some is enough to start. It's about moving forward. It's about progressing. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to write everything that's stressing you out. Circle one thing, the smallest task. Work on it. Start it. Do it for 20 minutes. And then stop. Take a 10-minute break. And then repeat it. And then guess what? You're done with the day. Not done with life. Done enough. Because enough is a concept you need to learn. And enough is not 100%, and enough is not perfect. Enough is moving forward. All right? Your friends aren't going anywhere. The mall opens every day of the weekday. And your future isn't going anywhere either. Okay? You have more time than your anxiety is telling you. Trust me.